is the last position in that sense.
Is that cold?
I don't know. I
Are we-
just copied the thing down.
Disclaimer, is there a way you could print off the lab thing for me?
Yeah.
I left my copy.
I've got copies here if you want one.
Okay, thank you.
Just come grab it.
I printed it off last night and then I sat it on my
I
nightstand
had
and then
one bite
Yeah,
of
you
this
can get the
piece of
note
cheese
sheet
from
too if
those
you need
foods, and I was like,
Thank you.
this isn't good, I need like a lab. So I just didn't not eat.
Nice.
I live a very healthy lifestyle.
I don't eat breakfast at all, so
I don't want him to make me get up and walk.
so, but
I'm
everyone
trying to-
does. Everyone.
Dang it.
There's 12 total. Let's see.
No, I'm fine. Not walking much though.
I wonder how we're gonna be grouped. I'm assuming.
I hope it's me.
Yeah, but I'm assuming he's gonna put us in groups. I mean, I don't necessarily think that's a problem, given who's in our class.
What if we weren't done with that? Just yell on that one.
I can just imagine Rezo yelling.
It's too early. Ethan, have you submitted a college application yet?
I'm working on my essay. I'm making progress. That's the one
One
thing.
sentence a day.
Huh?
One sentence a day.
Nah, right now I have like 5, 6. I have like 90
One
words.
sentence a day.
Yeah, but I only started actually writing yesterday.
No.
I've just been sitting staring at it for the longest time. But no, I need to get the essay done. Once I get the essay done, everything else is easy. Like, I'll probably try to get recommendations
I just need to
today.
pay for my stuff.
Like, I'll probably contact the teachers I want for recommendations today.
For which schools?
All of them.
Check with women's recommendations.
I assume all of them do that I'm applying to. Or at least
Just
they
you're applying
recommend
to
it.
like all Ivy League schools.
I don't think Appalachian's Ivy League.
You're actually applying here?
Yeah.
Wait, where are you going?
Appalachian, Chapel Hill, UCLA, which isn't part of the Common App, and then like a handful of
Appalachian.
IVs. I'll figure out which ones once that time comes. I know Rezo, he's applying to Princeton, Yale, and Harvard. Carson's just applying to Yale, I think.
Where'd you get it?
Doesn't mean we'll get it. It's a real
I'm going
And
to
they
the
have
mall
s-
today.
They have like something.
They need
for us
options.
early.
You might as well.
Cause I fell asleep
I need
like
options that I
that.
feel like will
Just
be worth
sniffing
it.
I didn't even put it on.
We're going to Tijuana. I'm so upset at Starbucks. I'm never going back to
Why?
Starbucks. Because they bought out Tijuana just to close it. And Tijuana's
Wasn't
been my
it
tea
already,
store for the
No.
past.
already
They
a
were already
Starbucks
together.
company? Yeah, it was already a Starbucks
Yeah.
company for a really long time, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they just recently bought out Tijuana and then they closed it.
But how can you buy out your own store?
They didn't own Tijuana before.
Oh.
They were two separate things.
They
And then,
just like got their products stocked and whatever.
like Starbucks sells Tijuana
Yeah.
tea now, but they're closing it. And that's my store. That's where I go to stock
That's
up on
where I
tea.
get free samples of tea.
But it's like my family doesn't go to the mall very often, so when we go, we spend like $400 on tea for the year. But we stock up. I'm telling you, tea is an investment.
Right?
I could drink my body weight.
Can't remember the
When I
last
went to
time.
Ireland, I drank so much tea. I had the best weekend.
Can't remember the last time I had soda. Can't remember the last time I had tea.
You just drink water.
Yes. When was the last time I had tea? I've never had non-sweet tea. Yeah, I think like once or twice. I grew up in a sweet tea household.
Brittany, is that a stressful
You fall asleep or sleep
Like that smell?
It's eucalyptus and smell. There's also lavender and citrus. It's the best thing ever, pretty much. Especially when they go on sale when you buy like 10 of them.
I want to say Emily has a little thing of that on her bag, and her car smells like it, and it smells good. It smells good.
Everyone's just de-stressed anyways.
It smells good. I like things that smell good.
Just rub it on and
Well,
keep it.
I wonder why we said
Because it smells good.
My nose is stuffed up, so I can't even smell it.
Aw, poor
I have a stuffed nose too, but
You're right next to this horse.
yeah.
I don't mind not being able to smell it though. I've got a book. This is my eucalyptus and lavender.
What book is that?
What are you
Super
writing,
for
Sammy?
that.
I'm curious.
The newest one doing my coming from the 10th.
Oh,
Excited.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is all
That's good.
call.
I really need to figure out how to do this. I want to be able to solve these limits that are indeterminate.
It's like saying, I want to learn math.
I understand.
oh, you mean
Yeah, I responded.
I saw that.
You know what? We could work on it before and after chemistry.
I have to do, well, first we need to study for the quiz.
Oh, you have a chemical?
Oh wait, oh yeah.
Have fun.
I mean,
Or, as far as seeing, but
What have we been
I think what they see are the one.
It's
Oh,
just
that's
been
how
like,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
kind of like the second thing was with not physics, biology. See, this relationship is gonna work out.
I'm going to bed so late. Well, so late for me is like 11.
Wait, so what's in the bag? Is it coffee?
Oh, that's my other book. English one. Bag.
He has a book bag and a tote.
It's a bag and a backpack. Yep.
Secure bag alert.
Yeah. Supreme bag.
So,
I like
Dylan here yet? Davidson?
Right
No.
after his class.
When's the Kotlet thing?
12:30.
Man, I haven't said too many words today, I realize.
Oh, Davidson? Davidson. Is Dylan is not here then? Kyle and Sid.
He might be coming.
Dylan. Kyle.
Every time I wear my blue.
Okay, so we're going to get started. First, I want us to take a couple minutes to review the handout on the notes. What I'll actually do. This was on Moodle. I'll figure off one class here. Quick review of what we discussed yesterday. I'll recommend your motion. Talked about rate of change, shift across a time interval, delta t, estimate of slope. That's how we call it. Average rate of change, we use the delta S. Average rate of change. Then we find the velocity function, VT. That's called derivative, that's fine. Here written on there how we'll calculate that here in just a little bit. We'll use limits. Use limits there to calculate S time of t in a short while. Also reviewing what we got by advancing, somehow it's advancing treaty. All right, there we talked about that yesterday. Acceleration function is a of t. A is the derivative of The terminology of accelerating and decelerating, we'll talk about that yesterday as well. Speed we introduced as the absolute value of velocity. So it only has a magnitude, it does not have direction. But we can discuss speeding up and slowing down, and down here speeding up and slowing down. So that has to do with, again, magnitude. Are we getting faster or getting slower? Not necessarily direction, but that's related to velocity and acceleration as they work together. In fact, whether they're both working in the same direction or working opposite each other, that's key there. There's some directions of how to handle a problem, and I'll come back to that later. We'll have to do a problem or two or three or so using this thought process to analyze it. So I just want to review that real quick. Any questions on that note? Most of that was covered yesterday, except the very bottom part which says how to do a problem. Next, the lab. What are we going to do with this lab? Yesterday, I want you to talk the talk and walk the walk. And the way we're going to do this, it says, as a group. So let's stop there. As a group. So we got 4 people here. We got 5, 8 people there. That's a total of 12 people. So if we did groups of 2, then we could have 6 groups of 2. So here we'll let Justin, Joe, get on the Addie, we be a group of 2. At Davidson, we'll let Sammy and Brittany be a group of 2, and Mason and it's like Razor is next to him, so Razor you can be a group of 2. Elise and yes, Carson can be a group of 2. Excuse me, Elise and Chloe, we'll go Chloe, and then Carson and Josh can be a group of 2. Okay. So we all have our groups. One other thing, we're going to have to walk eventually. The ICC folks will walk up here. So their distance of span on the graphs, most graphs have a no scale on position. It just has S or T, no scale. Well, their scale at ICC will be from the corner of the board to, we'll say, about in here somewhere. And that has to span 5 seconds. So it says 5 seconds. Now, Davidson, you don't have as big a span. We've got 20-something feet. Y'all have, looks like maybe 12 feet or so at yours. I can't tell for sure. What we're going to do to make it easier for us to see, we're going to have you walk on the back row, back by the window, behind the last row. That way you'll have the broadest camera angle and we'll be able to see, you'll have more walking space. Does that make sense? Davidson? So your span of distance is from the wall behind you, to your right. Looks like there might be a chair or something back in the corner. I can't tell for sure. Dark brown something back there. Your positive direction, of course, will be. I'm sorry. Your starting point will be back over underneath the TV screen, and then I guess, and then right to the right will be your positive direction.
Right to left.
And your span of distance, whatever that is. So I don't know if that's a dozen feet or so, but your span of time is still 5 seconds. So what's that going to mean in terms of your walk from Davidson has to walk versus ICC has to walk? Right there's a difference. What's that going to mean?
To be slower.
Davidson's going to have to walk a little bit slower because they've got to cover 5 seconds and in a less distance. Good observation. Okay. What else is on the rules? You're going to have 2 people in a group. What we'll do is have the 2 people stand up at the walking position. One person will, before the person walks, one person will describe what's going to happen. Joe and Justin, whoever's talking, we'll have another opportunity to do that. We'll say, you know, Joe's going to walk, you know, forward for so many feet, picking up speed, and then he's going to slow down and stop, and he's going to back up, and tell us what's going to happen, and then when done talking, Joe can do that. Okay? Everyone clear on how that's going to work? And since we have 6 teams and more than 12 graphs, everyone's going to do it twice. That means everyone's going to have to speak one time, everyone's going to have to walk one time. They're on that as well. Okay.
Dylan just walked in, Dale.
Oh, no, Dylan. Dylan, you just got tagged as the been hearing.
ICC first. You see the end of the whiteboard on the left, and then the whiteboard on the right. That's, it looks bigger on our screen, but that's all they can see. Okay, we have basically the way the camera looks. We think that we have another foot, but we actually don't. The screen's hard from Davidson. So make sure that you don't go beyond the whiteboard there or beyond the whiteboard there. Otherwise, they will not see what you're doing. And whoever's speaking needs to stay inside that same frame.
And that's another thing when you're speaking on either end. Like when I'm speaking, I look up and I see Davidson on the TV monitor up there, and I visually think they are sitting where they looks like they're sitting, which is past that wall. So I've got to project past that wall. I don't need this. They've got to hear it. So y'all got to speak up too, and Davidson has to speak up so that the microphone's picked up. So Dylan, you're going to join Carson and Johnson. Y'all will have some more fun. We'll make sure y'all have some fun. Okay. What else is that? 5 seconds. Okay, grading. Each walk is worth 5 points for each demonstration. And then 10 points overall for the whole class participation. Total 70 points. So this is a 70-point grade in your grade book. Hopefully it's going to be a good grade for everyone. And in that light, what we're going to do is once, I'll pick on Joe and Justin again, once they've done their discussion and done their demonstration, we'll leave it open. What I'll do is I'll randomly call on a group to do a presentation. And then we'll randomly call on a group to say, I agree with that, or I disagree. And then from there, we have to come to an agreement as a class, what's the right answer, because you got to get the 5 points. Are you clear on that? So if you disagree, then you've got to demonstrate what you think is the right answer. And the whole class has to debate which one they're going to go with. This could be fun. I need, maybe a bill. What did I say? We have. Yeah, while I'm writing, I'll take a few minutes. You don't know which one you're going to have to do. So in your teams, start kind of discussing what you think you want to do. The first lap. So I'm going to randomly call someone to do the very first lap.
Is he asking us?
He's gonna pick one. So we need to just resolve it.
Okay, so it's time increases.
Are you gonna be the talker? Gonna be the walker?
I think we both have
Hey,
to.
do you put me on it or just
You want to be. This is.
Then what do we do up there? Sammy and Brittany.
I think
I thought for those you would just give them a stand.
I think it might be what it means. I'm not sure. Yeah, I will. Let me just let him finish writing first.
Oh boy.
Constant rate for like 8
this will just be the
seconds.
constant.
Stop
I don't
moving.
understand that.
So to walk forward, stop, and then walk backward.
Then for
They
this
have some
one,
pretty unique names.
we have, would you walk?
What is this? Then be
And then
going
you'll
backwards.
just stop.
Is it
And then stop.
backwards?
And then.
Backwards is slowing down.
I mean, it's about position, right?
Yeah, so position is decreasing, so
You have to go back.
Decrease, you're already not
As the
moving.
time increases, your position doesn't change, so you still. So for these two, would you cancel two?
Okay.
Or-
3. Move forward and backward.
backwards
And
stop.
and this is only like 1 second. 2 seconds.
Is that right, or is that?
Yes.
And back. 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I'm
say
gonna have to
like
walk
these
you,
three
so
are
that'd be good
position
to-
one, so you would just
Some time
stand
stamps.
still.
Stop for one?
For this
or stop
one,
for two?
2.
For number 2, what would you do when it's going down?
I would walk backwards.
Backwards. Because this
Well,
is
it's only backwards if it's negative.
Because okay, this is time, this is position, because this is S of t, not S prime of t. So anytime it goes down, your position is going backwards.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm.
But that's what I'm thinking is, yeah. For 2.
You just find the one point halfway through that part.
Walk for 2, walk forward for 2.
Yeah.
So you gradually decrease.
Yeah.
Okay, then here we would,
Okay.
yeah, but you would stand still at
So that's just
yeah, at the middle, not like at the
start
beginning. Okay.
the other side.
Start at other end, yeah.
then if this one, you started right.
So for one, you would just walk across.
Walk back here for seconds.
Yeah, slowing down.
The question.
Backwards. Slowing down.
To slow.
To other
Oh,
end.
that's something I have. See, that's weird.
And you stop,
Question.
and then
Okay, so this one, you're just walking back.
So
And then
Start out.
Okay.
forward.
So back.
We, I'll give y'all.
I need to double calculate today. I might need to triple calculate.
The other one is just, you got something. 7. Just say, okay, let's just do that. What you're gonna do.
So that's going to be
Wait, what's it?
starting in the middle.
Oh, you're starting
That's
Walk to end.
forward.
at 2
So you're
seconds.
not starting at the
Just start at middle.
Where's the start?
It's either that one or that
I'm not sure we can do it.
Well, I'm gonna know there's the.
2 seconds. Walk to other end. Almost. Walk to almost
the
other
ones
end.
that have a negative, so should go
So we
backwards.
walk halfway, we go all the way to one side, and then we go backwards all the way to one side.
And then you would walk.
Walk to almost other end.
In 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
this is just for interval of 5 seconds.
Walk forward.
Yeah.
So then like this one's supposed to be so put position, right?
Don't move. Don't move. Start like.
Start a little off.
Start
No, the
fourth
tick
of the
mark
way.
is the other one.
Start fourth of the way. Okay, I have no idea how this one's gonna work.
But you're at velocity.
I can't tell it.
Your position is all of it, and the time is in the middle.
So time's a
So I
little.
don't even
Wait,
exist.
so are you jumping?
No, you'd have to exist in all places simultaneously.
Wait, you can't. So you were just.
You'd have to use instant transmission basically. Yeah.
So what did you guys put to demonstrate that?
Oh, you'd have to use
Wait, so you
teleportation.
should use this one.
Oh yeah, I have no idea how you do stairs,
You
my dude.
would just step.
Really?
Like that's how you go upstairs.
Dale, is this better without the chairs?
I think that will be better, that we'll have room to walk. Let's see, I'm just playing a walk here.
Whoa.
There you go, hey, yeah, hey. Yeah.
Skip 7 for now.
Is it a
Okay, so now we are on.
This is
So
velocity.
yeah,
Yes.
so 1 to 6.
That velocity
Describes the rate of change of position at any point in time. So I think with this.
Okay, we're gonna have to get started now because we need time to do all of these, so we're gonna have to get started.
There's still.
Okay, let's get ready to get going, and you need to be paying attention to the other teams. I've done a random number generator on here. The first team that gets to go is team number 2, which is Jacob and Meg. Y'all are up first. And we need to decide who's going to speak and who's going to walk. Come up here and show us. We will we'll watch, and then we'll decide. I'll let you know in a minute who's going to have to decide whether that's a good answer or not. Yeah, yeah. And if you stand back that way, the microphone's better. Up here, it's kind of okay. You can kind of stand back over here, Maddie.
She's going to walk on the interval from 0 to 5. She's going to walk in the same direction at a moderate, kind of fast speed.
Okay. Okay. So team six, which is Carson, Josh, and Dylan at Davis. You're up to bat to just either agree or disagree with what you just saw and heard.
Oh, I can't do that. Hard. I'm gonna disagree because she walked too fast and made it all the way in like 3 seconds instead of 5.
Okay, so you think you can do it better. So one of your teammates has you and one of your teammates, you got 3 total, so you got to pick one. Someone has to stand up with you and talk about what should be done, and then the other one has to walk the walk. Do it quickly. We got to keep moving. Pick one.
What?
One of you talk, one of you walk.
Sure it's not.
So now walk, Josh talk?
Good.
We're doing number 1 again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
We're doing it again. You disagreed, so you got to show us how it should be done. That's how life is.
I was practicing my walk.
You're practicing your walk.
Okie dokie. So
Alright.
we agree with everything but the timing.
Wait.
So
Wait a minute, hang on. Time out. Who's talking? Tell me who's going to be talking about that.
Josh is talking.
Josh, off the screen. I can't see you.
I'm sorry. Dylan.
Let's see if I can.
Is this better?
Josh is talking and Dylan's going to walk. Okay.
Can you see?
Josh, tell us what
Okay.
Dylan's going to do.
Dylan's gonna walk a constant speed from the set distance in 5 seconds at a constant speed again.
Okay, let's see it.
What?
Pretend it was the set.
Dude, it was from here to there. That was it.
I will agree. I think the one thing that was not said here that you did say was that it was a constant speed. So constant velocity. Okay, but I think they did it right. They just didn't say constant velocity. But I think Maddie's walk was fine. Okay, she walked faster than you did, but she did maintain a constant pace throughout her time. Okay, good. So we'll say that was a 5-pointer. Everybody, so that's 5 points for everyone.
Yay!
Class has to get it right for everyone to get 5 points. Okay, so now we're to question number 2. That was question 1. Got 5 points. That's good. Question 2. The next group up, according to the random number generator, is group number 3. Group number 3 is Sammy and Brittany.
Okay.
We're doing problem number 2.
T is greater than 0 is advancing.
So it is advanced.
You can see yourself
We're
better
gonna
on
start
that
from
floor.
there, start
Just
over
slower.
there.
And then.
Everyone has to pay attention because you don't know which team's going to get called on to rebut this or to agree with it. Okay, so let's see. Sammy's talking and Brittany's walking. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it, Sam.
Okay, so first she's gonna walk very quickly, and then she's going to stop, and then she's going to walk quickly backwards and slow down at the end.
Hey, let's see it.
Sounds good.
I heard an applause. Okay, good. So, for rebuttal, we're going to go with this group 2. I'll just interrupt, but random generator, you get to go now. And so group 2, what do you think about what you saw and heard?
I don't think she saw it because really on the timer it should be constant position. Like 2 seconds.
Okay. Okay, so I heard that, I don't know if y'all heard that, but the feeling was that the amount of pause wasn't quite long enough in terms of the 5-second duration.
Elise is waving.
Elise Ram.
What they said. We
They
couldn't
said,
hear what they
okay.
said. Okay.
Oh, Maddie said that they felt like the pause where she had to stop at a constant position for a duration, felt like that duration of pause wasn't long enough in terms of relative to the 5-second span. So they're going to have to do it again now. Yes. Tell us what Jacob's going to do.
Gonna walk so then what they come to and one and it's gonna stop for on the timer from 1 to 3 and then it's going to back up at a certain speed and slow down.
Okay, let's see it. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say that both of those were pretty good. I think you're right in that I think it needed a longer span of pause. I'm also going to say that I think Lisa's slowdown was a little better. It was more span of slowing down. Jake, you kind of were real fast and kind of stopped almost too quick. So I think between the two of them, we'll put them all together and average it to a 4.9. Which counts. It wasn't perfect, so we can't give you 5. So we'll give you 4.9. Next up, number 3. Who's up? Team number 1. You're up. That's Joe and Justin. You got this. Let's hear it.
You guys gotta come up. Yeah, they can't see where you are. That's earlier.
You're coming up pretty further than I did. No, you're good.
You're good.
He's gonna walk forward at a fast pace until for 1 second, and then immediately walk backwards again for the same amount of time at the same speed, and pause at the start position for about 2 seconds, and then run all the way to the other side. Very fast.
They can go a brisk walk, long as they don't want anybody to get hurt. You know, you got bad knees. Yeah, that's the all 2 knees. Okay, let's see it.
can't even see them.
Oh, they're consulting.
Okay, I was doing the wrong. I was about to do the wrong one.
Oh, no, that's
Ain't no good. All right, you ready?
We're ready, let's see it.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh, wow. Yes. Oh.
Okay. Okay, for this one, the rebuttal comes from team 3. Annie and Brittany, what do y'all think about what you saw and heard?
For the one that he just did. I thought he did a good job because he did walk forward and then right after that he walked straight back and then he stopped for about 2 seconds and then he sped up his pace.
Okay. I'm gonna say it was pretty good. Also, the only thing I saw that kind of made a little cause on my concern was that at the end, it looked like you were slowing down just a little bit, and the pace needed to be constant all the way through. So, well, I agree with that. So that's your right. So we'll say that since there's no scale there on the graph, we'll say the end of your graph was right here.
Yeah.
So you were still going full speed. Okay, I agree with you. Okay, good argument. So we'll say that was also 5. Good. Number 4. Team 6 is up for number 4.
Boys, who's gonna walk and who's gonna do the talk?
And who's gonna say
All right, let's go,
You
Dylan.
gotta do something.
Let's go, Dylan. So, my boy Dylan. You gotta.
Well, we're getting it right. It's just slightly different. It depends on your iteration of it.
Okay, so who's talking and who's can't see it. So Dylan is talking, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Carson.
Carson's going to do the walk. Okay, let's hear it, Dylan.
Yes.
Start talking.
Okay, so you're gonna go that way, at pretty fast speed, and you're gonna slow down, then turn around and come back out.
You have a graph.
Oh, hear what he said?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah. It's like, look at
There
it.
is not. So what? Hey, Dylan, can you say that one more time a little bit louder? We had trouble hearing that.
Awesome. Okay. So he's gonna, be starting pretty fast, and he's like at the farther end of the graph. And he's gonna decelerate as he goes towards the x-axis, and then he's gonna reaccelerate coming towards me.
Great.
Okay, let's see it then.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's a lot of
Okay. So the rebuttal comes from team 4.
Okay.
Team 4 is Mason and Razor. What y'all see in here that you
Okay,
felt
can
good or needs to be improved?
Okay.
Spider-Man.
They had a pretty good timing on it, but the only thing was at the end, he went all the way to the end, but the graph only stops like halfway.
Okay, so the return position wasn't quite accurate, you're saying. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So then y'all need to walk and talk what you think it needs to look like.
So, begin again, you walk down. We've all done.
Um,
Do you want us to start?
yeah, who's talking?
Okay, I'm talking.
Okay, good.
You are Mason.
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 As previously established, he will start at the opposite end, and he will walk backwards for approximately 3 seconds, slowing down towards the end, and then he will return walking forward for about 2 seconds until he stops before the ending point.
Tell her that. Okay, let's see it then.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I think that was an accurate observation. They went too far. My observation there is it looked like to me your speed was about the same throughout the process. It looked like it needs to be, like they said, faster at the beginning and end and slower at the end. That was pretty good. We'll average those two as a 4.9 also. Okay, number 5. Team number 4. Guess what? You're back up again.
I was right. I called it. I called it. I know how this game works. I called it.
I know what we're doing.
Are you gonna want this one? Yeah. Are you gonna this one?
Okay, so y'all gonna switch roles this time? Okay, yeah, good.
Mason's gonna walk the walk, and I'm gonna talk the talk.
Fantastic.
Okay, so on the graph shown in number 5, what he's gonna do is he's gonna start in the middle of the spatial segment before us here, and in the first couple seconds he's gonna walk towards me, and then in the middle of the graph he's gonna walk all the way from me to the other end, and in the last second he's just gonna go up a little. So that's basic.
Okay. Let's see it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the rebuttal comes from Team 5. Elise and Chloe, what do you think about what you saw and heard?
Sorry, you can go ahead.
It was accurate to the end where when they were coming back from the last the graph.
I can't, Elise, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you speak up a little bit?
Sure. We thought that they did good, except for at the very end when Mason was coming back to almost the center, when he slowed down a little bit and the graph is supposed to be increasing. So he might have been slowing down just because he needed to stop, or that might have been something else.
That's a good observation. It might have been like Justin said, I don't want to run into the wall over here, so I had to slow down a little bit. He may have been slowing down simply because physically he has to stop his body. I agree with that. So that's a good observation. I think you're right. So we'll say that was a 5. Good job. What number 6? Problem 6. We are at team number 5.
I don't think anyone's watching.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say, can we get all of our classmates here? And then we
Some people win the lottery, you know that, right?
Yeah, you got
Okay, let's listen to what they've got to say and do. Go ahead, Chloe.
Okay, so for 6, because it's just a horizontal line, we think that Elise is going to stand not at the edge, but kind of in the middle, and she's just going to stand there for 5 seconds.
Great.
All right,
Okay, let's see the action. Let's see the action. Ready, go.
Oh, yeah, gummit.
Wow, that was impressive. That was impressive.
What a difference.
A rebuttal comes from Team 1. They said I agree. Okay, well done. Okay. Let's shake up the order a little bit this time.
Random number generators. Can't I just materialize?
They're not on the graph.
Team 1, you're up first.
And then jump onto it.
And you're at every single position.
Yeah, so let me just write this down.
Hey, Dallas.
Y'all need to stand up if you're going to talk here. We got to see and hear what you're talking about.
Yeah, I wanted to do it. I wanted to do cosmic projection.
Number 7, physically not possible because you have to crab to the end of the graph in that one time interval. Basically, like translators from the other side. Yeah.
Oh god, we got a sprint.
Okay, so they're arguing that they cannot physically demonstrate this problem. And the rebuttal comes from team number 2. I agree. Okay, so what else is wrong with it? I call it a function S T. Is it a function?
It's not a function. Unbelievable.
5 points. That was another I win the lottery type. Okay. Number 8 might be a lottery as well. We'll see. Next up is team 5.
All right.
I'll walk this time.
Same button. Same button.
Okay, let's listen up. Elise is going to tell us what Chloe's going to do on problem rate.
So for problem 8, this is velocity, so since it's a horizontal line, we're going to maintain a constant speed at the same rate throughout the whole graph from beginning to end.
Okay, let's see it.
Chloe, come on.
Okay, the rebuttal comes from team 4.
I mean, it looked pretty good to me. Yeah, we agree. We agree with the constant rate. We agree with the time frame.
I dig it.
I think they did a good job. I'm going to agree. I think they did a good job. A good rebuttal. Okay. Number 9. Number 9 is team 2.
You're 3.
Just kidding.
3. I'm 3.
You start over here and then go forward. Then you go backwards.
Catch my ghost.
Wouldn't that just be spurts of walking fast forward?
No, it's like little sputters.
Let's listen up and pay attention what's got to go on.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Number 9 is velocity. And on the interval from 0 to 5, it is increasing velocity at a constant rate. And so that is illustrated.
Okay, ready to go.
Oh my.
Okay, good. And the rebuttal comes from,
It's me again. Yeah, it's pretty good.
2-6.
the rebuttal comes from team 5.
Again.
So we thought it was good, except at the end it started slowing down instead of continuing to speed up. But it could be because they reached the end of the graph.
I think you're right. It looked like that to me. But again, I'm going to go with Justin's argument. We've got a big bully pulpit sitting right here, and they don't want to run into that thing. So it's got a big corner on it and everything. So I think that's why she started slowing down. So I'm going to agree with you on that. Okay, so we'll say that's a 5-pointer as well. Good. Number 10. Number 10 is team 4 is up. before.
Yeah, this is literally no velocity.
This one.
And there's always a lottery winner somewhere.
That's right.
Okay, so for number 10, due to this being a velocity function, there is no change in velocity whatsoever, so Rezo is going to demonstrate standing still at the starting position for 5 seconds.
Okay, let's see it, Rezo. Ready, on your mark, get set, go. All right, good job. It was especially good that Rezo was quiet for 5 seconds in a row. I have a question.
I'm just gonna go now.
I have a question for you, Rezo. Now that I picked on you, I'm gonna ask you a serious question. Why did you choose to stand against the wall?
Because it felt like the end to me.
Okay. Let me ask you another way.
It was like a subjective.
To stand against the wall. Was it required to stand against the wall?
No. Was it?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Well, you said under the TV, so I guess I just gravitated towards the wall.
So I'm gonna go back to your partner. What did you tell us Rezo was gonna do?
He was going to stand still for 5 seconds, and I guess we said that he was going to start at the starting position.
Okay. Was that indicated in the graph that it had to be the starting position?
Not really. It's just velocity.
But it's on the
It's on the x-axis.
So just
Oh, I don't know.
Is it
Y'all follow the question?
because it is the axis, it is assumed that you are remaining at the starting position? Because there is no change, there's no vertical change?
There's no change. Again, that graph is, you're right, that graph is a velocity graph. So that's telling me that because it's on the axis, that's telling me my velocity is 0. When velocity is 0, then that means I'm not moving. So all of that you cover perfectly. My question is, do you have to be not moving at the origin, or could you not be moving at, say, position 3?
I mean, you could do it really.
Not indicated in the graph. I'm going to say that thinking forward, long term, that position could have been stable at any point on there. You did it right. We're giving you 5 points. Don't worry. But I'm just. But I did nothing rebuttal team. It was a rebuttal team on that. We were team 4, so team 3 is supposed to rebut that. I just rebutted for you, team 3. I'm sorry.
Actually, no, I think he said.
Next, number 11. Number 11 goes to team 6.
All right, Josh, are you ready? I'm going to talk to Josh.
Yeah, when
All right.
Okay, so let's hear what's going to happen.
All right. So because this is a velocity function thing, and he's going to start at like a moderate speed and then slow down because the graph gets closer to y equals 0, and then he's going to go backwards, starting slow and then getting faster as he gets towards 5 seconds because the graph gets further from y equals 0.
Good. Let's see it.
Slow down, starts, then go backwards and speed up.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, number 11. Final comes from team 1. What do y'all think? Good grief. I'm going gonna agree, I'm gonna say it seemed like it was a little less than 5 seconds, but otherwise everything looked good. So we're gonna say that rounds off to 10.9. Okay, number 12. Team 3, you're up.
Team 3.
Oh,
Team 3.
Salami bodega coming in with the clutch. Who would have got?
Okay, so let's listen to what Brittany has to say.
So Sammy's going to increase her speed while she walks towards me, and then she'll decrease it, and then she'll go backwards, increasing her speed, and then she'll decrease it, and then she'll come back towards me at a constant rate.
Okay, let's see it. Good job. I thought that was good. Okay. So rebuttal will pick team. Rebuttal is team 6. What do y'all think?
I think that it was good because she did a good job of speeding up and then slowing down both forwards and backwards as the graph shows, and then ending at a speed.
That's the speed. That's good. Yes, I agree. So that was a good fight. We have two bonus questions that can make up for the 4.9 y'all got, and maybe you can put you over 70 points for the day. So
70.
Is that bad?
a volunteer who wants to take the first bonus?
Let's just for people.
You guys want to do the spatial?
No, just
These four people
stepping. It's
No,
because there's
yes.
Oh, it's stepping. She's right.
Yeah, there's stairs.
Oh, so it's.
Step. Yes.
Holy
But
crap.
you have to pause after every step briefly.
Is it
That's not how that works at all.
step?
Pretend that's how it works. Or you could do like, some kind of like phasing,
I'm going to suggest maybe, here's my suggestion for the first bonus. Why don't two teams get together and do the first bonus? So why don't team 3 and 4, since y'all were talking about it, y'all do the bonus. See if you can figure out how to get together for the bonus.
Okay, so everyone just get in position and we'll do like some kind of Teletubbies.
Each of us take turns popping up.
Yeah.
So are we popping
Yes.
up?
Yes.
Okay, well, you need Brittany and Razor switch places, so it goes from short to tallest, so it's here to show that it's increasing.
And then we just pop.
Okay, so actually we should probably talk first.
Yeah, we should.
Should we someone else?
Okay, there are 4 segments on the bonus question, and each of us are gonna represent a segment, and you go up and then you go down because we can't coexist at the same time. So we're each gonna go up for the little segment thingy. Right?
Okay, let's see. So everyone has to do 1.25 seconds. Precisely. Okay, let's see it. Go. All right, good job.
Okay, so this one is increasing.
We did something wrong.
Wait, what's he going to say?
Okay. So volunteer real quick to take the other bonus on a 3-stage rocket launch.
For number 7, I was gonna do spatial projection and be all places at once, but I just decided to hide my powers,
Well, I'm glad we kept it real this one today, but okay, yeah.
What did he say?
We'll get into theory of relativity another day, maybe.
Yeah. I'll just split my consciousness. I'm happy. Well, let's.
So, a volunteer for the last one real quick, anybody? Or y'all just gonna let that one go? Y'all gonna do it? Okay, good. Let's see it real quick.
Oh yeah, let me show you that. Let me see that rock.
I told you to. Justin, I got bad knees. I don't mean to.
I done ran today and everything. Like you have a ship point in your car, kind of like slow down a little bit, or you get that point where you just don't have any acceleration anymore, or you're not accelerating anymore. So kind of like a ship point in your car.
Right. So you're not actually going backwards.
You're not going backwards, but you're not going forward.
You're not accelerating.
Yeah,
That's right.
You're not coasting for
Yeah.
a second or so.
Yeah. Why would that occur on a rocket launch? Why? You're right. That's a good description. It's like if you've ever done manual shifting, that's exactly a good description. Why would that occur on a rocket launch?
Manual shifting.
Manual. Oh, like.
Okay, so the first stage burns and burns and burns until it's out of fuel, and then what happens? I don't know if you've seen any videos of this. Then it kicks on it, sends a little rocket that ejects off that first stage, and then the second stage kicks in, fires up. So there's a lapse there of a second or two when they're shifting gears essentially, and that what's happening, gravity. In that time, they've got acceleration that's overcoming the acceleration of gravity. And when that burns up, and before the next one fires up, gravity now takes over again and starts slowing them down. They have to kick off. So that's good description. That's exactly what's happening. Okay, let's see the walk. And the really fast, and he ran out of room. Okay. Aboard! Houston, we have a problem.
He just.
Okay, I think y'all had it right though. Okay, good job. Give everyone a round of applause. Y'all did good. Okay, so next up, in the 20 minutes here, let's see, I've got about 10 minutes. What I want to do is go with you over the notes, that bottom half of the page where it says, here's how you do this algebraically. That you work on a problem, maybe at home or something. So I'm gonna take a simple function and do some of this work, go through it real quickly, hopefully. Let's start with the left board, because I might need two boards. Okay, here we go. So my function this time, I'm just going to make up something. Let's say it's, how about, next. So, x squared minus 4x plus 5 on the interval from 0 I'm giving you a position function. You should be able to sketch a graph of that on your calculator easily. We want to also be able to get a one-dimensional sketch of that graph. But let's start with a graph, I guess. So a two-dimensional graph, what does that look like? Time and S2. So real quick. Center point is half of the b, so that's at 2, right? So at 2, if I plug in a 2, I get 4 minus 8 is negative 3 plus 5 is 2. So I think I have about a 2, 2 right there. At 0, I'm starting at 5, so there's 5. That's 2. And then at 3 seconds, 9 minus 12 is negative 3 plus 5 is 2. minus 8 is negative. Oh. 4 minus 8 is negative 4. Plus 5 is 1. My apologies. That comes down to 1. Then at 3, it's 9 minus 12 is negative. Plus 5 is 2. So it comes back up to 2. So there's my graph. We all can see this graph. What would it look like in one dimension? Real quick. Then we've got to do the rest of the analysis. So this is S, one dimension type of graph. What would it look like? If this is the 0 position, it starts out here is my starting point at position 5. It goes backwards and that way at to position 1. It turns around, comes back forward, and it stops right there at position 2. Y'all with us on these two graphs? We talked about those yesterday. So this would be like walking, starting over there, walking backwards and going forward. I'll visualize that. Okay. First problem. Find the net displacement. What does that mean?
Overall, fine.
Net displacement is simply the distance that you moved from beginning to end. How much did you displace? Like if you picked up a rock and you carried it with you, where was the rock at the start and where was the rock at the end? That's the displacement. So my net displacement can be seen as net. You see it right here as well. So you carried it further. You did more work than that, but that's how far you actually moved it. So it's calculated as S of 3 minus S of 0, which is equal to S of 3, we said was a 2. And S of 0 was a 5. So even though I walked further than that, effectively I moved my stone 3 feet backwards. Follow that? That's net displacement. Find the times when the velocity is 0. These are called first order primitive values. Velocity. How do we find velocity? We'll go over here for this. It's velocity. Velocity is equal to the derivative of the position. And it's defined on there in a way we need to discuss. This is what we haven't done much with yet. This is where it gets a little bit nicer, and I think I'm not going to have time. I just realized I'm not going to have time to do this justice. Okay, so I'm gonna pause. We'll pause right there for homework tonight. What I want you to do for homework. We'll come back to this tomorrow, and I wish I had more time to finish it. I don't. I'm not doing a good job. So for homework, read section 2.1 in the textbook. Do exercise number 1 definitely, and look for. I'll put on Moodle, but let's see. Okay, so 21 through 43 odds in the homework and the book, besides number 1. Try those as well in section 2.1. That should be fairly straight up type stuff. We will get into the details tomorrow of how to do this limit, so we need more time. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow. Good job, everyone.
You wanna come with me to turn in my parent letter?
Hey Carson, wait a minute. Why? Can you get your shoes out of my car?
That's my tail.
They're dirty.
That's the thing that you really want to clean though. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Not really. I mean, it's more like I'm tired.
Why are you tired, kid? Dang, this kid got worse. That's fun.
But I gotta hang in there until it's finished. Into the elevator? Will I see you after school? Okay, so, all right, bye y'all.
Bye-bye, thank you.
Okay, that was good.